Team, welcome back to your daily movement. Really nice session for you today. And I think today is going to definitely wake you up really for the rest of the day. Really happy with what we're going to go through today and what we're going to take you through. And as always with these sessions, we're just going to need 10 minutes of your time, no equipment, and just the opportunity to spend some time moving, waking up our body and waking up our mind. So as always, we're going to start down on our backs. We're going to work our way up, and you're going to be leaving this session feeling so good. Let's give it a go. So I'm back down to our backs. And as always, we're just going to start with the breathing. So just place your hands onto your stomach. And from here, just start taking some full deep breaths from within the belly. So full deep breath in. Use your hands to make sure you can feel that rise. Use your hands to make sure you can feel that fall. And we're really just kind of using our hand as a guide here. On every breath we take in, we're just really making sure we're filling up that stomach, filling up that area. Good work. So just as you're breathing, as you're focusing on your breathing, I really want you to make sure that you've got that focus on the breathing. Don't let what we're going to do now distract you at all. So keeping that breath, keeping that tempo. Just start to let your legs fall to the left. So just kind of keep both feet on the ground, but let both knees fall to the left. And then let both knees fall to the right. Just almost like window wipering these knees. But I really want us to keep our focus on the breath. So really keeping an eye on your full deep breath in. Full deep breath out. Forget about the knees, let the knees do their thing. We're focusing on our breathing. Keep that nice tempo, follow your kind of what your body wants, but really try and make sure we're getting a nice deep exhale. Heard something the other day that it's pretty much impossible for anything bad to be happening to us while we're taking a really deep exhale. Our body just gets tricked nice and easily into thinking that we're relaxed and we're in a good position and everything's under control if we're able to take full deep exhales. Good, nice work. Just let this hips just drop a little bit deeper as you carry on breathing. Just see, can we almost touch a knee down to opposite ankle? That's a great sign of good internal rotation in the hips. Nice work. Then all we're going to do is just tuck the feet back up into our starting position. Put the hands up to the sky. And all we're going to do is push into the ground to lift our hips up into a glute bridge. So drive our heels into the ground to lift our hips up. So as I drive my heels into the ground, my hip lifts up to the sky. I give my glutes a big squeeze. And then I drop back down. I'm just going to do a few of these. Big squeeze here. Back down, great work. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Down, nice, really just trying to get a little bit of blood flow in this area to start the day. Down, let's go for 3 more here. Give everything a big squeeze. Last 2. And last one here, big squeeze at the top, hold it there for 3, 2, 1, fantastic work. Let's spin around onto our front. So kind of want you to be laying down on your front. And I want you to put your toes down, so toes pointed down, and I want you to just place your hands underneath your shoulders. Now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to drive our feet into the ground, drive our hands into the ground, give our glutes a big squeeze, and as we do that, I want us to just raise our upper body up off the mat. And I want you to do this into whatever position feels comfortable for you. So if here feels comfortable, fine. If you want to come all the way up, that's fine. If you feel any tension coming to the lower back, just make sure you're really squeezing your glutes and squeezing your core. Take a full deep breath in top position, and a full deep breath out. Slowly lower yourself back down, all the way back up to the top. Good, back down there. Let's go for 2 more here. Show us all the way up. And back down, and the last one here, guys. And back down, great work. Now just to try this, now just go to whatever range feels good for you. Now just make sure you put your hands slightly over to the left, and just go through the same movement. So now we're just pushing slightly up from the left. Full deep breath in. Full deep breath out. Just see how that changes where we're feeling that kind of stretch occurring. So I can now feel this down my right side. Good, let's go to the right hand side. Push up from here. Down, last one here, guys. Up. And down, great work. Come back to the middle. Push yourself all the way up. And then what we get from here is just bring your left foot all the way up to your left hand. And we find ourselves in our deep lunge position. Now from here, right hand can just open up, give ourselves a nice bit of base. I've got left hand on left foot, got right knee behind right hip. And from here, we're just gonna do a little bit of movement forwards and backwards. So I'm kind of working my knee in this moon shape position, this front knee. So front knee works in a moon shape, kind of touching in, touching out, and this back hip just kind of touches forward and follows it. It's just working in this little moon shape here, keeping an eye on your breathing. Make sure you've got access to squeeze both glutes. You should be able to squeeze them both as hard as you can. Just as we're moving here, we should have still access to our breath. Good work. Great work, actually. Very, very well done. So just as we're kind of mobilizing onto these hips here, what we're now going to do is turn our body and face our body all the way to the right hand side. So I'm going to turn my shoulders all the way to the right. I'm going to open up my hands to the right. And then just as I do that, I'm going to take my left hand and place it on my left knee and push that left knee away from me. And then I'll just go through the same movements. So I'm just going through that kind of moon shape, or the crescent moon. Which reminds me of that old Jaffa Cake advert. I'm just moving this knee in that position. Remember, you should have access to both glutes. You should be able to squeeze both glutes. You should have access to your full breath. Nice work. Now, what we're now going to do is turn our body all the way to the left to face this knee. So right hand comes in, and I take my left hand and I almost give this left, let me spin around to show you, we almost give this left leg a big hug in this position here. So, same position with the back leg, we're now turning and giving this leg a big hug, and we're still just kind of nudging forwards and backwards in this position. And if you want to take it even further, you can start to raise this hand up to the sky as well, if you want. Good, so just stay in this position. Just find a bit of stretch on this hip. Good work. Okay, cool. Let's come back now, and what we're going to do is just give you a little bit of time in the deep squat before we do the other leg. And the reason for this, I just want you to see the effect that you've just had on that leg. So just have both feet come back in together, drop down into your deep squat, and just feel how much more room you have on one side compared to the other. It just feels really weird. Good, so now you know you've made a difference. Your motivation to the other side is a lot higher. So let's go and do the other side now. Let's bring right leg forward, left leg back. Right hand on right foot. And again, we're just working in this kind of crescent moon shape, bringing this knee forward, round. I'm kind of working, up, round, up, and then round the other way, up and down. So whatever that feels like for you, that kind of is the idea I have in my mind as I do this. I've thought of many ways to explain it, because I have no idea how to explain it in any other way. You can't read that in a book anywhere. That's just comes from trying things and discovering what the best movement is to free up this right hip. What also works is to kind of think about, just as you guys are stuck here, think about a center spot, and then come in from outside into that spot, back out another side, back out, back out, back out, almost like drawing a star or something like that. There's plenty of ways to do it. This is what I just think is the most effective. Good. Let's turn away from this knee now. Let's open this up to the left-hand side. We can use our right hand against our right knee. And again, we're thinking about creating that shape. Keep an eye on your breathing. I'll let you guys get away to this side a little bit more, just because we spent so much time in that front position. So now turn over to the right hand side, give this right leg a big hug. Full deep breath in, full breath out. Good work. And if you want, you can start to open up this side with the right arm. Just get a little bit of rotation through the thoracic spine. Good work. Okay, let's come back into our deep squat position. And let's just have a final little play in this position. So I'm just going to drop down, have a little play here. My ankles have been bothering me recently, so I kind of just need to ease into that and let it play. But do whatever you guys feel is comfortable for hearing you. If you want to have your hands down on the floor, you can have your hands open. If you want to kind of even come open to this position, you can. I don't really mind at this point. It's just for you guys to do a little bit of self-discovery. And we do this a lot in these sessions. So the more sessions like this you do, one, the better you'll get at getting into these positions. And two, the more you'll be aware of what is available to you and what's not available to you. So just in general for me, I know my ankles aren't very good. So for me to come right down with flat feet is a lot harder for me than rocking from side to side. That's just me. So just keep a little bit of movement here. Okay, cool. So now let's drive both feet into the ground, lift our hips up. And I just want us to have a little play in the hamstrings, so just letting the lower body be nice and loose, upper body nice and heavy. Just have a little play here from left to right. Just shifting our hips from left to right. Good work. Take a full deep breath in, full deep breath out. Just remember to keep breathing. That breathing is your cue to bring your focus back to that breath. And then when you're ready, you can just start to bring yourself up brick by brick, all the way up to a standing position. For the sake of the video, I'm going to come back down to my knees. You guys are going to remain standing, and we're just going to work through the shoulders a little bit. So all we're going to do is take both hands, open up both hands as wide as you can, take a full deep breath in, now open everything up. Full deep breath out. Two more breaths here, feel everything. Last deep breath. Great work, let your head become heavy. Shift from side to side, take a full deep breath in, full deep breath out, and then finally end with taking your head up. And imagine someone's going to pull your top of your head with a little bit of string, and your head is just going to float. Your head is going to almost be like a helium balloon floating in the air. And that is how I want you to try and remember to look around, stay for the rest of the day. Fantastic work, guys. Hopefully you're feeling a lot better after this session than when you woke up. And I know you guys can go and smash your day. See you tomorrow.